Brought to you by Hallow, the world's #1 prayer app.
Okay, I am trying to stay faithful to my husband.
Whoa.
And,
okay, just all right.
And
we'll go there.
I'm attracted to another man.
Okay, tell me about it.
Which part? Which part?
Well, those are often mutually exclusive, and you're combining them. So tell me about this person you're attracted to.
Okay, so I haven't crossed the line for like physical contact. However, I'm doing everything I can to not make like an excuse to bump into him. Mm-hmm. Have alone time with him.
Okay.
So he is very different from my husband, and my husband is great, and this guy seems great. So maybe they're not that different, but physically they're very different. Their jobs are very different, and I am attracted to this guy.
What is it about this other guy that makes you feel a little more alive than you do in your own house?
I don't feel boring like plain Jane.
Okay.
It's just almost like a fantasy life in my head of what would it be like to have a life with him.
That's it.
Versus the life I've created.
You just nailed it, sister.
Husband.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
But
I still need your advice.
Okay, but you just took full ownership in a way. And usually, like, I don't know if you've done some work or if you've just been stressing on this.
Stressing.
The hardest part in this kind of situation, when somebody's standing at the precipice of making a life-altering decision that's going to blow their life up.
Yes.
Is taking ownership of the life you have co-created with somebody else.
Yes.
Because that's the thing that you can change. Today, you can walk by this guy's desk or his office and drop a hotel key card.
Exactly.
You can do that. And if he chooses to, let's go all the way through it. Would he meet you there?
Yes.
Okay. You can do that.
And I have talked to my husband about this also.
Well, hold on. We're not there yet. You're trying to get out of the situation. Stay in it with me.
I am.
You can do that. And every part of your life, work, home. Do you have kids?
Yes.
Kids. Every part of your life explodes.
Yes.
And yet, this guy makes your heart beat a little faster. He laughs at your jokes. You like the way he moves.
He's very cute.
He's a handsome guy. He's a good-looking guy.
He's handsome, yeah.
Right? And so here's the thing. We were just all talking about this earlier. There's this idea that if you get married and you love somebody and your marriage is great, you will never find somebody else attractive. That's insane. It's nonsense.
I think I was hoping for that.
No, yeah, there's no such thing. It's a fantasy. There's going to be beautiful people in the world. There's going to be handsome people in the world, men and women. That's a part of life. And so if somebody beautiful comes into a room, the whole room will get lit up, and you trying to pretend it's not is dishonest. It's insane. And an incredibly handsome, powerful, strong, or small and shrewd or brilliant or brave, whatever adjective you're going to see in somebody, they're going to come into a room or be a partner of yours on a work project or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to happen. And you're going to think to yourself, this person is attractive, either intellectually or physically or both. They're hilarious. All of that is normal. You're not crazy.
Thank you for saying that.
It's the next moment when you begin to meditate and imagine a different world. And that's the choice you have.
Yeah.
And so, for some reason, you're not able to let that energy flow through you. It's getting caught. And that usually means, so one of the things that surprised me years ago when I first read this was that most affairs, not most, but many affairs happen in what would be characterized as good marriages.
Right, exactly.
Because it's not about our sex life isn't fine. It's not about our finances aren't fine. It's not about we're good co-parents. It's about somebody else makes me feel alive.
Yeah.
Or more likely, I am choosing to feel alive in the fantasy that is this other person. instead of the harder work, which is choosing how I can be alive in my own skin, in my own house with my partner that I said till death do us part with.
Yes.
And so for me, I think this is a pretty magical opportunity for you. An alarm bell should be ringing at every stage.
It is. That's why I'm calling and being vulnerable.
Awesome. And I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for it. Because you are millions and millions of people right this very second listening to this show. So I'm grateful for it. When you told your husband, what did you tell him?
I said, hey, there's a guy in town that thinks I'm cute and fun. And my husband said, yeah, I bet. And I think...
Hold on. You phrased that to him very specifically.
Yeah, I did. I didn't say there's a guy in town I'm very physically attracted to. I said there's a guy in town that finds me fun and attractive.
Were you asking your husband, do you still find me fun and attractive?
No, I think I was asking my husband, like, how do I trust myself not to enter into an affair in a very roundabout way?
So I want to call bullcrap on this, how do I trust myself stuff.
I think that's what I'm worried about the most. Like, honestly, dropping a hotel card at this guy and just having a fling, that's where I'm worried.
I know, but that's not a matter of how do I not trust myself. That's a matter of not doing something stupid.
Okay.
Right? So it's like I don't know how I can trust myself. It's as though our spirits are to the wind. And how do I know it's not going to blow east instead of west? Because I'm just not going to go get a hotel room. Right? Because this isn't
It takes a lot of energy to do that.
To not do it?
Yes.
It does, but it takes an insane amount of energy that can be used elsewhere, living in fantasy land.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because let's say it was the most torrid, wild, imaginative, life-giving sex of your life this night in this hotel room, which 1,000% it won't be. You know this.
I know that.
What happens tomorrow?
Well, I'm a terrible liar, so it would probably implode. My life would be.
So that's where I want you to go right now. What about forget this cat for a second. Move him over.
Okay.
Do you have kids that live at home with you?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you been married to your current husband?
14 years.
Okay. What about this world right now do you want to blow up to smithereens? Because this other guy is just he's a rent-a-grenade.
You're right.
He's just a rent-a-grenade. He's a grenade that walked through and you grabbed it and decided to pull that pin. But but the real thing is you want to blow your life up. What is it about your life you want to blow up?
Okay. We have a successful business.
Okay.
That we've built from nothing.
Okay.
And it's so much work. And this is a lonelier time of year. Sorry, I cried.
It's okay.
Because we don't see each other very much during the winter. My husband works incredibly hard, but he works very long hours because this is the time of year we make our money. And it's kind of a ride the wave. And then we get to January and February and it slows down and he can come home for dinner and we can talk about anything besides work.
So is this your way of blowing the world up and getting your husband home again? Because part of me, the guy inside of me is like thinking, how dare you, the moment your husband gets a shield on and his sword out to go to war for the family.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's when I'm going to go bang the neighbor. Like that, like,
yeah, I'm with you.
But I also get, this is year 20, this is year 15, this is year 10, and I'm sick to death of this business being more important than how much we love each other. I'm sick of being co-managers of a business and co-managers of a house and co-parents. I want intimacy and love and connection with a guy more than I want all this other crap.
Yeah. And I do love my husband.
I
but
know you do, but you're dead in your own skin.
Yeah.
And the thought of your heart rate getting up to 125 beats a minute again, or 160 beats a minute again, over one hotel tryst is worth setting the whole thing on fire. And I get it. I promise you I get it.
Thank you.
The day after that day is going to come. The sun's going to come up. And I'd much rather you sit down with your husband and say, I want to take this season off. Or I want to hire somebody or two people, and it may be too late because the ship has already sailed. But maybe you say,
this season.
I'm going to work with you till midnight every day because I want to be with you. And and I'm making stuff up right now, right? So it may not be practical.
No,
but
that's what we're doing.
And this time next year, we're hiring this out. Or maybe, hey, what is intimacy and feeling wild? What does that look like in this season? I'm going to send you the most bananas dirty text throughout the day, and I'm going to show up at random times at your office. Like, I'm going to create life inside my own skin.
Right.
And you and I are going to co-create this.
Yeah.
But listen, it is so easy. It's so easy to look around and blow somebody else's building up. That's this whole cancellation culture now. It's so much easier to take somebody down than to actually do the work over a long period of time to build something awesome.
Yeah, you're right.
And dude, don't beat yourself up because you met a guy who was mesmerizing and handsome and cute and made you feel alive again. Let that be a signal to A, don't respond to any more text. Or
I don't have his number.
Good.
Because I've tried to make some boundaries.
Good.
I'd like to give him my number.
I know you would.
I would like that.
Let me say it this way. I think you like the idea of that.
Yeah.
I don't know that you like the reality of that.
Yeah, I'll have to think about that. That's a good point.
Do you like the idea of his hands on your skin, or do you want those hands?
I think I like the idea, and I think he looks like a great kisser.
You know what? He probably is.
Yeah.
He might be a better kisser than your husband. Is that trade worth your life?
No.
No. And so, can I tell you something vulnerable and scary and ultimately real fun?
Sure.
Tell your husband that you wish he was a better kisser and you want to start practicing. And he's had a weird breath thing or done something weird with his tongue or avoided it or not shaved or whatever your thing is for your whole time together. Tell him.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
And tell him you want to take you on a date, but you actually want to meet there and pretend you just met. You get to insert chaos and fun and novelty inside this thing that y'all created together.
Okay.
And I think that is infinitely more titillating, infinitely more fun, infinitely more erotic and exciting. Sitting down across the table and saying, okay, what we had is over. I want to build the most erotic, crazy, and he's just going to look at you, kind of overweight, tired, with glasses, like, what?
No, that's me. He's very in shape and very handsome also.
Okay.
I'm the one you just described.
Okay, but listen, you want to get sideways here?
Yeah.
What is it about you inside your own marriage that you don't like anymore?
I don't like being tired and all of the daily, the kid is sick and the school's calling and there's work and I don't like the daily. I'm kind of tired of that.
Okay. That is the conversation to have.
Yeah.
Because this other guy's an escape from reality.
He is.
And reality will come crashing down upon you. You'll just have to do it with half of your assets. And you think picking up every day is hard now. When you're splitting time with your kids, it will get more complex.
But for the temptation, just
I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. I get the feeling is good. Temptation is you will set up a series of actions to make this thing inevitable,
Yeah.
which means you can set up a series of actions that makes it not possible.
Okay.
And I think you know that. That's why you haven't given him your number.
Right.
And I think it's the next step, which is saying, I like being in his presence. And again, I want everyone to hear me say, you will be in the presence of attractive, fun, hilarious, whatever people. That's just life. Enjoy being in the presence of beautiful people, of silly people, of flirtation. Like, enjoy that until you know I can't do that. I can't be here.
Right.
Because
I think that's where I've hit that spot.
Okay. So the only person that can change is you. And you can say, I'm not going to be in business with this person. I'm not going to do work with this person. I'm going to intentionally avoid seeing this person.
Yeah.
And I think more courageously, it's letting him know, hey, dude, I've been flirty and it's felt fun. I am a married woman and I love my husband, and I'm in the process of creating a wild new world for us. And by the way, I don't want to be with a man who would blow up a marriage on the other side either.
That's true.
And if you want to be honest and lay it all out with your husband, I think that's right to say, hey, I found myself with feelings for somebody else, and this is a me issue, and I want to bring all of me back here. And there's just some conversations I haven't had with myself, with us, with how we do life, with this world we've made. Will you build something amazing and new with me? What would your husband say? Would he be like, oh yeah? Like, what, is he going to be mad? Will he be relieved? What would he say?
He would be fine. Normal conversation. He would be, well, I know he would be like, okay, well, what's that mean? Like what? And so he would put it on me because I'm the one trying to figure it out. And so if I said, I'd love to have a conversation we'd never had before or haven't had before, he'd be like, okay, like what? Like we go on a walk and talk about, tree leaves or something? Like, I don't know how he would change. Because
you have to reach a point in your marriage where you stop expecting him to read your mind.
Yeah, we do joke about that. We don't have that superpower.
Nobody does. And Hollywood said that's the way it's supposed to be. Right. I had this big marriage retreat this weekend. It was packed. It was people from all over the country. And there's a guy stood up and he goes, I just don't buy it. I think there has to be some sort of, if you plan romance, it's not romantic. And I was like, dude, Hollywood lied to you, brother. You're wrong. But I think looking your husband in the eye and saying, I am feeling low in this marriage. Yes, we have sex. Yes, you're in great shape. Yes, we make good money. Yes, we both work really hard.
Yes.
I want desire and eroticism. What does that mean? And you need to be prepared to say, I want us to start kissing again. I used to be into this particular thing in the bedroom. I'm not. I want to try these 3 things.
Okay.
I miss you texting. I miss us going out to dinner and forget the whatever. And this is when we get into this language about I need. I want you and your husband to sit down for the first time and say what you want. And give each other a roadmap to each other's hearts and to each other's bodies and to each other's minds.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
That is.
I don't think you're a bad person. I think you're standing on a precipice. And I don't think it's about this other guy.
Okay.
I think he just happened to walk in the door at a time when you looked in the mirror and you didn't like the life you had co-created.
It's just a busy life.
Do what, love?
It's just a busy life.
It is.
It's a good life. It's just. I feel behind every single day. It's like when I wake up, like, oh my gosh, here we go.
Okay. I want you to remember this one powerful statement.
Okay, I'm ready.
You choose what happens next.
Yes.
And that means you choose to say, honey, every time I open my eyes, I'm already behind. I want to hire somebody that can help clean the house. We both work really hard.
Yeah.
I want to hire somebody 2 days a week that can pick our kids up from school. Or I know you're working hard and you work out all the time. I need you to take 2 days of your workout off to take the kids to school.
Yeah.
I need some help with this, or I want help with this. I want to be sexy, and I want you to not be able to breathe when I'm not in the room again. And so I want to have some time.
Yeah.
I'm going to go take a dance class. Whatever you want to do or need to do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
You choose what happens next. I'm going to help you out. It's completely sold out like crazy, but they're available from order. They're just not in the store in the building anymore. I'm going to send you a copy of Questions for Humans, the intimacy deck, and I'm going to send you the couples deck 1, 2, and 3. 4 of them I'm going to send you. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here's what I want you to do with it, though. You and I, husband, are going to go out to breakfast once a week, and we're going to use 5 of these cards. We're going to get to know each other.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah, I love that.
And you're going to be honest about how you felt and how you almost blew everything, or not you almost blew everything up because you didn't.
No.
How you wanted, how the thought was appealing to blow everything up.
Yes.
With some guy you imagine would be a good kisser. And by the way, he probably wasn't. He's one of those probably eat your face kind of people. It's just gross. Like Dumb and Dumber. He's probably not good at all.
That's amazing. Okay.
He probably is. And I bet his farts are bad. I mean, you don't know, right? You don't know.
I know.
He probably wears whitey-tighties. Gross.
Oh, my gosh.
You don't. Here's the thing. All that is stories you made up. You don't know.
I don't know.
What you do know is that you love your husband, and you do know that you are exhausted. You're dust inside of your own skin. And so together, y'all have co-created this world, and together, y'all can co-create something else. And by the way, you are breaking a pattern inside your house. And so breaking that pattern is going to cause loss. It's going to cause distraction. It's going to cause frustration. And there's a strong possibility your husband thinks he's been working really hard for 14 years for you. Of course, for his ego, but for you. And so to find out, oh my gosh, I'm misaligned, that hurts, it's painful, it's weird, it's worth all those conversations. It's worth all of it. This is day 1 for you, Jane. Day 1. I can't wait to see what you two build next. Download the Hallow app today and get 3 free months at hallow.com/Delony.